right along. Thought I'd be devastated and so empty, but the joke's on you, cause the king is free. Let me catch your sorry ass up to speed. It's a million of you, but only one me.
Hey guys, how are you? Grant right here. I am so happy to be back here. I wanted to really dive in and talk all about my latest studio album, Gemini Season, which you guys have seen me promote on here as well as various other social platforms. It is a project that I'm super passionate about. I'm so proud of it. I feel it's my best work to date in both the songwriting and vocal department. And I feel it's just something that I worked, so hard on to bring to life. I feel just so compelled to tell you guys all about it. Now, the whole reason why I actually wanted to call this album Gemini Season, obviously, is because, number one, I am a Gemini, and I feel I'm not a super... I was never someone who was very into, the signs and, all of that stuff, but in recent years, people have... a lot of people have sort of tried to portray me as a very typical person for the Gemini sign, even though I don't feel it's fair exactly to sort of stereotype people for, what astrology says these signs are. But I wanted to sort of play on that and dive into what exactly my sort of version of a Gemini is. And when I say that, I mean this. I mean, when people talk about Geminis, it's typically, someone who has multiple sides to them, someone who is, as they say, the twins. I mean, I feel that is true for myself, but I don't feel it's true in the aspect everybody thinks Geminis are two-faced. If there's one thing that you will know about me, I am not two-faced. I come as I am. I am a very straight up person, and a lot of times people take that as me being a mean person. I am not mean unless you push me there, and then I can get pretty nasty. But with me, I'm a very passionate person, but I'm also a very private, quiet person, and I think that's where the whole double side of me comes from. Outside of me being a performer, I'm an extremely quiet person. I'm not a people person. I don't do crowds. I'm a very introverted person, and it is something that I believe, is a result of living in chaos my entire childhood and being surrounded by a lot of sort of drama in my early 20s that I eliminated mid-20s to, late 20s before I entered my 30s. I feel I have a peace now that I would not give up for anything. And once you succeed in having, that peace in your life, you just don't want to give it up for anything and you cherish it. And this album, if anything, musically is such a representation of this sort of Gemini concept, because as I've said in the past, if you know me, you know I am a very multi-dimensional person musically as well. I have material that I've released from almost every genre you can think of, and growing up listening to so many different types of music, I have always wanted to have, as many different types of, sound in, every music project that I release. And this album was no different. While this album is mainly an R&B and neo-soul album, there are still those elements of pop in there as well. You have a little bit of everything in there with really good measure, I feel. And that's, like I said, that's a testament to the whole Gemini thing, because I do have different musical sides. And it's something that I am so proud of, and it's something I feel that really sets me apart from the rest. The difference I feel between my last studio album, G True, and Gemini Season is the fact that I feel I wanted to take a lighter approach with this album. I feel G True was a very serious album. There was just so much that I wanted to, express on that album, and it had a bit of a dark element to it, with the sort of rock vibe that I was really going for with that album. I feel this is a much lighter tone with this album, Gemini Season. I'm in a very, I was in I feel a happier place on this album. And I feel at 33, I have absolutely nothing left to prove. I feel I've really proved myself both vocally, as a person, as a business person, as an entertainer, as somebody who has made something of myself. I feel I've really proved that to everybody, and I don't feel the pressure that I felt in my, 20s to show everybody and, prove people wrong. I feel now at this point I can sort of enjoy myself and have fun and just be, free to be as I please. And I feel that is, very heavily reflected in the light energy in my music now. Now, don't get me wrong. If y'all know me, y'all know I'm still going to go off vocally. But like I said, I feel the energy is much lighter, it's much more of a feel-good sort of element on this album. And I just, like I said, I wanted to really, really bring that to the forefront. I really wanted people to have fun while listening to this album. The lead single, Where Would I Be, is, it's just that. I'm on the song, I talked all about, a lot of the things I saw, people that I grew up with go through. A lot of people went down the wrong roads. A lot of people never really, made anything of themselves. A lot of people fell into bad lifestyles. I've seen so much. And I just talk about, what if that was me on the song? And I'm like, I want to talk all about, the fact that people made fun of me for always being the outsider, for being, dedicated to school, to my, my art, to my craft, to my singing, to my songwriting. I was an overweight child. And the only thing that I had growing up was my, academics and my talent ultimately. And it really paid off me, being so diligent and, not getting caught up with other people and, focusing on, what was going to be my future. I feel had I not been given the gifts that God did give me, given the circumstances I was born into, it could have ended, much differently. I could have, went down those dark paths a lot of other people went down, and I could have, probably wouldn't have been here today to, speak with you guys. So I'm just grateful that I did, have the, talent to, and I did have the, the clear path of where I wanted to be in life that, led me away from the darkness that other people, fell into. One of my favorite songs, hands down on this album, is Legendary. From the get-go, when I was creating this song, the whole, purpose of me creating this song was not sort of an egotistical approach, even though some people might think that's the way it's, sounds when I say I'ma be legendary. I wanted this to be an affirmative song for a lot of people, because I feel a lot of people really, when they see other people, doing, great stuff, they beat themselves up. Like, I'm not, where this person is. I haven't achieved this level of financial, freedom, the way these other people have. I can't buy the things these other people have. And people forget, everybody's journey is different. Okay, just because you're not, where, other people are doesn't mean you're not headed there. It's just everybody, it takes a different amount of time for each person to reach their destiny, okay? There's no one size fits all. And when I was writing the song, like I said, I wanted something that other people could sing along with to affirm to themselves, And as I say in the song, baby, it's my time, about to see me shine, applause is necessary, I'ma be legendary. I feel it's something that you need to tell yourself as someone who is en route to, becoming a success, whatever success looks like for you. I feel, saying, you're going to be great, you're going to be legendary, you're going to make it. Those things are very, very important in actually, achieving those kind of goals for yourself. I wanted that really, soulful, neo-soul kind of vibe. Like I said before, I wanted something that was very, very feel good, something that wasn't too serious while being incredibly motivational. I wanted something people could vibe to and have a good time to while still delivering a very, very strong, important message. And I feel me and The amazing Armando Duval, my producer, did just that on this song. You still got those pop moments on the album with the songs Come Right Through and Boogie Baby. Very, very, very cool pop slash, I guess you'd say pop slash soul numbers on the album. Feel good, not too serious, just, really, really up-tempo, fun songs you could dance to. Come Right Through came to be based on, actually, I wanted to write, a lot of what you hear on this album is not just about my experiences, it's things that I know that other people have gone through, as well. So I wanted to sort of write from not just my perspective, but from other people's perspective. And the song Come Right Through, I wrote all about that, those times in life when, you have sort of people that you aren't, you're not in a relationship, but you're, people you see on a regular basis. You get busy. Life happens. Work happens, you get busy, but every once in a while when you both have time off and you are in the mood to have, some fun, you tell them, come right through, and you reconnect that way. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you're away for years, if you don't talk for years, when they come in town, it's like, come right through. I remember you. Let's reconnect. And like I said, that's especially nowadays with how busy everyone is with, career paths and everything. That's something that happens quite a lot. So I feel it's a song a lot of people can relate to once again. Boogie Baby, another feel-good song, is just about, having a good time. I wanted a song that people could just completely, let go of their stress with, just enjoy, let go of their worries just for 5 minutes and just have a good time and vibe. You know what I mean? It's a, pop song. It's got that guitar element in it. There's some really, really, good vocals in it, I feel. And like I said, it's something that I feel a lot of people need, especially in the times we're in. We're in very, it's kind of a dark space we are in this world. There's a lot of negativity, and I feel these really, fun, upbeat, songs are very important to lift the spirits and to keep that, light energy, going amidst a lot of the dark clouds that are sort of overcast with the negativity going on in the world. My personal favorite song on this album has got to be the song Something Real. When I was coming up with the direction that I wanted to go on this album, one of the first things I wanted to include in this album were inspirations from people like Prince. If you do not know Prince, I don't know what rock you've been under. You need to look him up. One of the greats, he is, probably my biggest inspiration aside, Mariah Carey that I can think of. Especially those really, really, slow, jam kind of sexy, really soulful songs, like Do Me Baby, like, another song, On the Couch from his album Musicology. Just songs like that, those really soulful sort of slow jam songs. I wanted to pay homage to that element as, the best to my ability on this album, and that's why I wrote the song Something Real. It's a very, very sexy, slow jam kind of, soul vibe. A lot of really, really, high falsettos in the song. A lot of harmonies. A lot of layering of vocal in the song. I was not playing no games on the song, and y'all are going to hear it if you listen to it. The chorus, I wanted to be something that was simple, but had a lot of depth to it, and I feel we accomplished that. The song, it takes its time, but really, really builds up toward the end, and I'm very, very proud of the song. I feel it really, really shows my voice in a much more delicate way than a lot of people are probably used to. I feel with songs like that, you really, really have to take a step back and really, really control your voice at a much higher level than, other songs that are more belty, more chesty. And I feel with age, I've, become a lot more, it's a lot easier for me to sort of be flexible in that way than, I was in the beginning of my career. So I really wanted to really, push the, pedal on that as much as possible. And I feel we did a great job in doing so. And boy, did we go deep on the song I Survived. If you guys have heard my albums, any of my albums, you know that there was always that, one song on the album that really is sort of like the light at the end of the tunnel moment on, my second studio album. It was my cover of I Know Where I've Been. On 2.0, it was Light the Way. On my last studio album, G True, it was the dedication to my mother, the song Warrior. And on this album, I wanted to, follow suit with the song I Survived. I talk all about, what I've talked about on my other albums, my childhood, everything that happened to me, all the close calls in my life I've had, the fact that it's a miracle I'm alive today. And despite all of those things, I survived. And I'm thriving. I'm, accomplishing what I set out to. A lot of people, especially in this business, a lot of people will chew you up and spit you out, will take advantage of you, will try to knock you down any way, shape, or form they can. And the fact that you get up and you succeed, you pull yourself up by the bootstraps in spite of all that. A lot of people will watch you, and they won't watch you just, to be supportive of you. They will watch you in amazement that, you survived the traps, so to speak, that they've set for you. And that has definitely been the case for me. A lot of people early on were not supportive of me. A lot of people still aren't. I have a lot of people that are down for me, my fans, but a lot of people didn't want to see me succeed. A lot of people were incredibly jealous of me and still are. But, like I said, I survived the turmoil that I've been through. I'm a work in progress still, but I came such a long way, and I've succeeded, in so much that a lot of people, didn't expect from me, and I'm still proving people wrong. So I wanted to really write a song from that standpoint that I know a lot of people will, find comfort in, a lot of people will be able to relate to. And a song that would keep people going, because I know it ain't easy. Y'all know it ain't easy. The world will, like I said, it will break you if you are not strong and if you don't have purpose and, meaning in your footsteps. So I wanted a song that would really, give people that motivation and, give people something to, let them know that, you can survive. And if you, don't let people, get the best of you, and if you don't let life take away your inner light and your, purpose, you will survive. I wanted this album to flow in a way that would take the listener on a journey through the peaks and the valleys of, everything that I was trying to express on the album. There's those really light moments. There's, the really intense moments, but I feel everything really flows in a way that, like I said, it's a story and it's an experience, almost like a roller coaster that I wanted to take the listener on. And I feel we did so in a very effective way. Being that this album was released during Christmas season, I had to make it a point to finally release my first original Christmas single. I released a couple of Christmas songs in previous years, beginning with my cover of This Christmas on my album, The Lion's Den, which was very successful. I followed suit with my cover of Oh Holy Night a couple years ago, which was a success as well, but I was not going to be satisfied until I released my original Christmas single, which has been in the back burner for a couple years now. I wrote it a couple years ago, actually, when I was writing my album G True. I didn't feel it was the right time to record or release the song yet, though, because I didn't feel that I had it wasn't up to my vision. It wasn't equaling my vision yet, so we waited. But this year, I knew it was time. I knew it was ready, and we knocked it out of the ballpark. I wanted to pay homage to Mariah Carey, my vocal hero on the song. Everything from the acapella beginning to the instrumentals to the the vocal harmonies to everything about the song. I wanted to really pay homage to Mariah's song "All I Want for Christmas," the legendary "All I Want for Christmas." And I feel we did just that on this song. So I am so happy with it, and I feel it. Being that it is the closing number on the album, I can't think of a better way to close the album than a really fun, dance your butt off, holiday song. If there is anything I want people to take away from this album, it is this. Life is short. Work hard. Enjoy yourself. Never forget about where you come from, but don't dwell on it. Never let people tell you what you can and can't do or what you are supposed to be. Walk in your truth. Walk proud. Don't let people walk on you, but don't let life darken you too much. Be strong, but still radiate light from within, and never stop growing. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, today for this chat all about the album Gemini Season. I'm so happy I could talk to you guys all about it. If you have not yet done so, stream or download the album on Spotify, Apple Music, and all other digital platforms. You can watch the music videos for Where Would I Be, Legendary, Come Right Through, as well as The Best Christmas of All Time, all on YouTube. There will be so much more to come. And if you have not seen the flyer, my show returns to Twisted Roots Cava Brewery January 14th, 9 p.m. till midnight. I hope to see you guys there if you're in the Miami, Florida, or Fort Lauderdale area. And stay tuned for much more to come. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys later.
Thrown away, left to die. I wasn't born to pray, still alive. They tried to take my breath